Leymah, Gbowee, Liberia. Prologue.
What would you do if there was killing and madness all around you? What would you do if your friends, family members, and relatives disappeared or were murdered as a bloody civil war raged in Liberia day after day, year after year, with no end in sight? What would you do? Leymah Gbowee had an answer. Vocabulary. Listen to and say these words. Rage, brutality, blame, victim, picket, ignore, oust, machete, indiscriminately, traumatized, coalition, fast, halt, accuse.
The story. Leymah Gbowee was tired of the war raging in its 14th year. She hated it. The young boy soldiers armed with machetes, the daily brutality toward young girls and women, and the killings that Liberia's president, Charles Taylor, ordered indiscriminately. She saw that both sides, the rebels and the government forces, should be blamed for the long war. Enough was enough. It was time to stop the madness. But how? She was only one woman, a counselor working with the traumatized of the war. What could she do? One night she had a dream. A voice spoke to her. It said, "Gather the women and pray." She realized that it was up to the women to do something. They were the ones most deeply affected by the war. They had lost everything, their sons, husbands, daughters, but they could do something, work for peace. Gbowee started slowly. She brought Christian and Muslim women together. They formed a coalition. They called themselves the Liberian Mass Action for Peace. Thousands joined. They prayed, sang, picketed, and fasted for peace. They protested everywhere, in fish markets and in soccer fields. They could no longer be ignored, and they made sure that the president noticed their demonstrations on his way to work. They even followed him to Ghana, where peace talks were finally taking place. To make sure that the peace process would not be halted, they locked hands around the building so that no one could exit until a peace agreement was reached. Finally, a peace agreement was signed. Shortly after, the president was ousted from office, accused of war crimes, and a woman, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, was elected president. For her outstanding work, Gbowee, along with Sirleaf and Tawakkol Karman of Yemen, received the Nobel Peace Prize in 2011.
Dictation 1. What was Leymah Gbowee tired of? 2. Who did she blame for the long war? 3. Who was she working with? 4. What happened in her dream? 5. Who did she bring together in a coalition? 6. Did they call themselves the African Action for Peace? 7. What did the coalition do? 8. Were they ignored? 9. Where were the peace talks held? 10. Did the women go to the peace talks? 11. What happened to the president? 12. When did Gbowee win the Nobel Peace Prize?
Summing up.
Was Leymah Gbowee sick and tired of that war, or what?
She was just plain fed up, and she had nothing to lose, so she took on both the rebels and the government.
She was one tough cookie. She and her coalition got rid of a terrible president.